What's up? I'm just waiting on my group mates now. Do you want to catch? Make my Pop Tarts. Ah, barely. I'm barely awake. Yeah, it goes fast, Cadger. I don't do them in quarters, but I definitely, if they're cold, I'll eat them whole. These are toasted, so I break them in half. I don't break them in quarters, though. I forget when I did that video, Cadger. Because they've changed more stuff. Like the update they did on the 15th year anniversary update they did, which was back in like April or May of this year, changed the free to play and added so much more. Like free to play for Lotra right now is so worth it. There's no mount restrictions. There's no class restrictions. You can get all the premium classes are included for free now. All the premium races are included for free now. And everything up to level 95 is included, which includes Helm's Deep expansion. Everything up to the Helm's Deep's expansion. That's like 2 years worth of content if you only play like twice a week. It's a ton of content free to play. I actually probably need to update that free to play video because that one's, I think, probably a little bit older. It's a great game. It's my favorite mmorpg of all time. Well, my group mates are late. We did stay up a little bit late last night. I don't know, though. I made it up. If they are going to be late, I'm going and seeing if I can't just buy. Actually, you know what? How much do I have? 233. I need to calculate how many rugged hides I still need and just go buy them. Lotro is going to give you the most bang for your buck in terms of dialogue you can read, because it is a lot. Nope, I can get you added. Every member of the guild can add other members. But the benefit of having me online is I'm the guild leader, so let me know the character and I'll get you added. Val says went to bed 2 hours ago, so we'll be falling asleep. We went to bed at a reasonable hour. Like I was falling asleep by 10:30. Phones were off at 10:30, but it was storming and raining last night, and the cats were having issues, and I got woken up like 3 or 4 times. Oh, if I can learn how to talk, speak, learn how to type, whatever. Kajaru, 1R. Third time's charm. That's veteran, not member. Alright, well, everybody's late this morning. I am going to very quickly actually, I don't know if I have anybody near a bank. And if I do, they're probably all broke. I see my mage is here too. I'm paranoid to go to, look at that badass pole armor I got last night. Is there an auction hall in Shatrath?
What would you ask of death? Beware.
I don't know that there's auction houses out here. I don't need anything in particular, Ross. I've got time, and I was gonna go check. Just take a portal to Ironforge. I'm going to just stop being a baby about it. I'm just gonna go buy all the rugged hides I need for my hunter, so I can get through that tier. Because I'm not gonna go back and farm hides. I just need to be able to get to the leatherworking tier of doing Outlands. And the only reason I'm curious about it is because my group members are late this morning, so I figured I would maybe do some leatherworking while I'm waiting. Everybody blew past their alarms, it looks like. I didn't want to get up to my alarm, but hey, gotta make a game with sunshines. I am really close to 70, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bubbles, a little over 6 bubbles. Yes, hides do suck. There might not be any. Ooh, they have come down in price a little. Man, no, they haven't. There's only a couple stacks that came down in price. Okay, that's 100. I think I need 200 more. Okay, and that's, I need 1, 2, there. Okay. Ah, there's my brother. I think I have enough because I think I have over 100 in the bank and I needed like 400 plus to get to the next tier. So let me send these to Renfell really quick. Oh, I can send them all? Nope, there is a limit. Alright. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that with the Death Knight Vowellus. I wouldn't stay in the inn too long, Joey. I got contaminated like right away.
Really?
When I came back last night, I recalled the inn, and the inn was contaminated inside. I turned into a zombie first thing this morning.
Awesome. I was trying to sell.
Oh, you've probably got time. There's nobody here at the moment. Just keep an eye out. Man, I cannot wait. Wrath is almost here. There's Joey with his double wielding swords. Sorry, Idhradlor. What's up, Joey? Yeah. Can't pronounce your name, so I'll just call you by your real name.
Noob.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, I think we could just work on these quests. Oh, man.
Hell is that?
You should need these. Yep, you have credit.
Creepy. Just a kill quest.
Yeah. The nice thing about us questing at this hour is like there's hardly ever anybody in the areas that we need. Because when Maduros and I come play at nights, dude, there's like 50 people trying to kill mobs. It's so annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. That has been nice.
Down here, I think we just gotta kill the normies. Oh man, they're like, dude, you're two swords. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
They went down so much faster than yesterday. Now we're cooking with gas, as Maduros would say. If he was here, you know. Mister, I don't have any server deployments last night. Should be fine. Rub it in. Oh, his ears are burning.
Yep.
bought all of the leather that I need to level up. I think it was 120 gold. So the prices it came down. Worst part is I bought like 5 stacks at 10 gold before I saw that there was a bunch of available at 7 gold. But I had to buy 300. So it should be enough because I had some stockpiled in the bank. Alright, Murderus is going to need these when he gets here, so we can save the matriarch for later. Follow me though, we'll go do a turn-in real quick. Oh, let me give you this, because this is going to be needed for that. Did you get stuck?
Great to meet you. Safe travel. Well met. See you soon. What can I do?
Here.
What's that?
Be good. How are you? Keep your feet on the ground.
You have internet issues?
Yeah.
You were there for a second. You don't recall the dwarves having anything over this fire, you said? Yeah, they've got a... I don't know what that is. Some sort of bird? Yeah, it's some type of bird. Is that one of those buzzards? Alright, well, I'm gonna go get a second cup of coffee while we're waiting. Looks like my brother's internet is being complete crap this morning, it looks like.
Maybe?
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know.
If you need to drop voice comms, just drop voice comms. That'll help your internet connection. Can you hear me now? Oh, I think you're still being poopy.
Good morning, gents.
I think his internet is not cooperating this morning.
Oh, no.
He's
My body wasn't cooperating this morning.
Huh.
I turned my alarm off like 4 times. I'm gonna do those Ravagers while we wait.
Yeah. We did not do the named, but we did the rest of them. At least he's airborne. Matter of fact, I'm gonna fly back and grab my mail while he's doing that. It's probably just as quick to go north. Well, something's up with his connection because he just sent me a speed test. He's got... It is slow, but he's got a 21 down right now. That's more than enough to play the game. So he's got to restart his computer. See if that helps.
The Legion's end draws near. Remain vigilant.
Arcanon Poros. Be well.
looking at Icy Roads, Valis. That was the nice thing about Colorado for all those years was learning how to drive on snow and ice. It's never desirable, but at least knowing how to do it is a good thing.
You learn how to drive without using your brakes.
Oh, he's back. Well, shit, I should
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to log back in. The internet seems to be working fine, as far as I can tell. So
Well,
I don't
the
know.
upload is the voice comm. So when we can't hear you, it's because there's no upload. That should
Well, I just
not affect your gameplay, though.
my upload's 5 right now.
You should
5
totally
megabits.
be playing. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a hardware issue or what.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm logged back in.
Huh?
I said I'm logged back in, so we'll see.
Okay, all right.
If it
I'll
doesn't
be
work,
there.
I give up.
Yeah. There's just west of you. There are a trio of dwarves.
I see
The-
2 dwarves.
There's sorry, 2 dwarves. I'll be there in a minute. I'd flown to Chatrath because I wasn't sure if you were gonna make it or not. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go grab my hides just in case. I'll be back in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
One of those dwarves wants you to like bring me a beer so I can trust you. And yeah. Well, it could also. I know you said like just like my computer is old, like the card reader doesn't work anymore. You know, it could just be, God forbid, but Ethernet port stuff going out. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, this thing it's cranked out some hours. Especially on my crappy internet. I've had to leave it running how many all nights just to do stuff.
I never turn mine off ever.
I hardly do either.
I am definitely
Except
one
for
of
when
those people.
it tells me you need to shut it off so we can update.
May have to spend some of those millions of Patreon dollars we've got, right? Because game dev is so lucrative.
Each day is a blessing. Be kind to those less fortunate.
Alright, I'm coming back.
Which one are we doing
Since-
first?
Since I'm here, did you want to do the named stone scythe?
Yeah, we'll do it, because it's easy. I'll be back in a minute.
Alright.
I'm flying back right now. Is there a rodeo tomorrow night, Joey?
Yep, last one. It's finals.
Alright. Just checking.
Which will be nice because that's. I mean, like, it's gonna be bittersweet. Sad to see it go, but kind of happy to not have to have that thing on my list of things to do. Because most of them have been in Thayer, which it's about an hour and a half away. And diesel fuel be expensive.
That's why you get a hybrid car.
You know, if they made an electric pickup truck that could
They
tow.
do. They do.
Well, they do.
Oh,
And,
that
but
could
not-
pull something though? Yeah, that's the
yeah,
problem.
that's the problem.
Shit.
Yeah. Like that's the same with like they're talking about electric tractors. Well, that's all well and good, but you know like harvesters and stuff like that, you know, they have to run 24 hours a day. So like they don't have time to stop and charge. So I don't know.
My favorite new trend on TikTok is this sexy girl farmer
Yeah.
who drives a $500,000 piece of equipment with like perfect makeup and hair.
Yeah.
And like the fields are complete, like they're obviously like third or fourth generation fields.
Mm-hmm.
And where's the cave entrance at? And you know, they're getting millions of views on their videos, and it makes me chuckle because it's like, well, technically, you know, somebody else did all the hard work because those fields don't have any rocks in them. They're perfectly flat. Like they've been cultivated to the point where you can set that tractor's GPS on autopilot and sit there in the air conditioning, and it'll do all the work for you.
Yep.
But it makes me chuckle.
Hey, she's still working hard, honey.
Hey, I will say this. The one girl, she's from Germany. I've seen 4 or 5 times because algorithm picks up things, you know. And she does all her own PTO stuff and
Yep.
and all that. So I was like, fair enough. At least you're not afraid to get out there and do the hydraulics and get dirty.
There's one. Yeah, there's one. She's like a dairy farmer. Her and her husband, and she's always really fixed up. But oh yeah, like she gets out and milks cows, and that's a dirt job.
Hashtag misogynist wow chat. That's what somebody will label this as.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, that was the named. If people saw all the shit Chris does, I would probably get accused of having a Mexican slave.
Chris is a worker.
Yeah, I don't have to do much.
You bum.
I am allowed the luxury of attempting to make a living as a YouTube
It's-
streamer.
Yeah, the stupid thing is, it's like every household is different. So like, if you guys find your roles and you figure out what works for you.
Wait a second,
It's
roles. Are
not-
you trying to define what I'm supposed to do based
Oh
on
my
my
gosh.
sex? Oh my god.
No, not on your sex, just by.
Based on that you're a body type 1.
Body type 1, face type 2. That defines.
We got some little birdies up here. We can try to get the feathers for the dwarves to make their pillows.
Hey, dwarves need a good soft pillow, you know.
That's I like too, preferably. Big round pillows. Oh, that was fun.
What was that? Matthew Sweet made that song in the 90s. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow.
I got one.
Oh well, we'll be here for a while, cause well, you know what? I don't have to worry about that stupid little cliff jump, because guess what? Flying mountain, yeah.
The hell is this, a bird man?
Skeksis. Essence?
For real.
Essence!
Exactly what they look like.
Let me shed a single tear for you, Vowellus. As he says, I helped bale hay once in high school. That was a tough, sweaty day. I'll shed a single tear for that, sir. And the reason I can say that is because that's one job.
You ran a hay crew.
Yeah, I ran a hay crew when I was up. My dad made me run a hay crew when I was like 14 or 15. He was like, "You're gonna go out. You're gonna co-sign on this loan. You're gonna get a hay truck, and you're gonna go haul hay all summer, and it's gonna teach you responsibility." And so
Fail.
hashtag fail, yeah, hashtag parenting fail. So I had to go out and run a hay crew in the middle of Missouri summer heat, and that was after having grown up, you know. And those hay bales are, you know, 70, 90 pounds. It's 105 degrees out. Guys are getting heat stroke throughout the day, and you know, that was.
Anderson genetics, so you weigh like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
So you're saying it was a good time?
It was a great time. Best time ever. It was good.
Fantastic. Holland hate us.
Oh my god, your pet.
He's a big boy. He can
I
handle it.
can't. Where is the?
So when my niece was here this summer, we went and we buy small squares for the horses, and they're alfalfa mix, so they weigh like they average 80 pounds is what they average. And Maddie's 16 now, and she wants to be horse girl. I was like, all right, well, you're gonna come help us haul hay, like, 'cause that's part of owning horses is, usually you feed small squares 'cause uh, it's less waste and whatnot. Anyways, she's like, oh yeah, I haul hay all the time. She's like, yeah. I was like, oh okay. We hauled 75 bales that night, and and it was the most struggling thing to watch her try to get those bales picked up and thrown on the trailer because I was stacking, and Faith was driving the truck, and I was like, all right, you throw them on the trailer and I'll stack them. It was kind of funny. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, yeah. Don't forget to check your inventory, and that globe that dropped has a quest.
Oh yeah.
I think there's a handful of jobs that I think are the worst in the world, based on my personal life experiences. One of those is hauling hay in summer. Like that is
Oh yeah.
you're gonna itch,
Yep.
you're gonna scratch, your allergies are gonna freak out, And I
Can't
watch
breathe.
you can't breathe. It's thank God for technology advancing and like getting us trucks that can do it all automatically and like, oh, oh my. Man, if they had anything else on them, I might want to use those. Um, I've seen these like TikTok videos of like guys doing it without their shirts off, and I'm like, you guys are fucking stupid, and you're only doing that for the views, because I guarantee you ain't doing that all day, every day with your shirt
Hey,
off, because
when
you
I
would
hauled hay, I did it without a shirt on. But
really,
that's 'cause-
you're
yeah,
you're crazy. That's psycho.
I don't have allergies to hay though. Like it doesn't yeah, like when it stabs you and stuff like
That's
that,
what I'm
'cause you get all
talking about. Like you get all scratched up and cut up
yeah.
and.
Yeah, when I hauled hay, I always did it without a shirt on. But
All
that
right,
was in mountains of
fine.
Colorado, so that's not as.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad because you're not
It's not. It's
sweaty
not
and
Missouri. It's not
yeah, Missouri
Missouri.
because it's like every little scratch and cut you get, then it gets filled up with sweat, and
Yep.
it's just it is the worst. It was
The
that, and
word.
then the worst ever, like the worst was before Dad ever bought a bucket loader tractor. So every winter, this is when I was growing up on a dairy farm. So on a dairy farm, every time you finish running cows through the barn, they shit and piss everywhere. And there's channels where all the shit and piss go, and then you wash it all down with water, and it goes into pipes, and then it gets out. But there's also the lot where they wait to come in to be milked, and they shit and piss in there the whole time that they're waiting. And at the end of every session, and you do one in the morning and one at night, sometimes another one in the afternoon if you've got a big enough ranch. Um, you have to take all of that manure, all of that shit and piss, and all that manure, and you have to get rid of it. You have to take it somewhere. Many farms have like a lagoon out back, and that's for like big operations. They'll have a big lagoon out back, and then what you typically will do is that lagoon will have drainage pipes and everything else, and then you can fill up your manure spreaders these days with hydraulics and pipes and everything else. When I grew up, we didn't have any of that stuff. Uphill both ways. And so what we would do is you would shovel all the shit, push all that manure back, and we were on the top of like a hill, and so there was an incline, and then at the end of the hill, it's just a drop off, like a 20-foot drop off, and so we would just push everything off the drop off, and it would collect in this massive lagoon type pile back in the back, and then it would sit there all winter. And then every spring, my dad would drive the tractor back around back, and he had a manure spreader that hooked up to it, and he would back the manure spreader up to the side of that massive manure pit that was tens of thousands of gallons of manure that was thawing out in the summer heat. And my brother and I would have to go with not this brother, the other brother,
Yeah, the other brother.
the other brother, and we would have to with shovels For hours on end, every day, we would shovel shit to fill up a manure spreader for weeks on end until we cleaned the whole pit and he had fertilized all the fields. And that is,
Built
in my mind,
connector.
that is the worst job I have ever had in my life. Ever. You could not pay me enough money to do that ever, ever, ever again. I wouldn't even do it. I'm like Johnny Depp with the, hey, you couldn't pay me $300 million to do it. That's how I feel about that job in particular. Sitting here playing video games on YouTube for pennies on the dollar, fucking way better. I might make pennies in comparison, but hey, you know what? I'm in an air-conditioned building. It's good. It's fantastic.
Along the same lines, because you were talking about hauling hay, I think the worst part of hauling hay is when you had to stack in a
In the
hayloft.
barn. Yeah.
Yep. You suffocate. There's dust, the hay dust. Oh my god.
No ventilation.
We always had to fill that barn at the ranch up there in the mountains, and that would hold it would hold 1,000, which isn't a lot, but we had to throw it at the elevator, which that janky old elevator.
That
Ugh.
was a janky old elevator because that thing had the hooks didn't work all the time, and
Yep.
I did help
Yep.
that. I
Yep.
helped that one
There's
summer.
pictures. Yeah, there's picture proof of you helping.
I hadn't done it in like 15 years, and I don't remember why I helped. Oh, was that after I came back from Bulgaria?
I think so.
Oh, yeah. So that was my
You
guilt.
were earning your keep.
Yeah, that was my guilt thing because Dad was getting all bitchy about. It wasn't enough that I was paying my electric and heat bill. He wanted me to pay rent, and I was like, I'm not paying you fucking rent. He's like, well, then you can help out around here. And I went, fine, I'll go put a roof on a building and haul some hay. Although I didn't have to haul the hay, I got to drive the truck that day while you young kids did all the hard
Yeah.
work. That wasn't too
Yeah.
bad. And then I was like, man, now I understand why Dad was always like, oh, let's go haul hay. Come on, guys, let's go chop chop. I was like, yeah, they're the one fucking driving the truck, douche. Of course you're not tired.
Oh gosh.
Perks of being the boss.
Yeah,
Fuck
for
you.
For real. God, one year. Do you remember Lyle?
Vaguely, the
drunk-
old drunk dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he was off a weekend bender when he was baling hay, and he made those bales weigh 150 pounds. And he baled that whole south. He baled that whole south pasture, half of it, made like 800 bales. And yeah, me and two of my other buddies hauled all of that hay, and it was, oh my god.
Never let
we
the
were
drunk
we were
run the
we were
tractor.
crying. God, we were crying about it, and I was like, they're heavy. Like I was like, I mean, like we can't hardly get them, and everybody's like, oh, you're being a weenie. And finally, we whined about it enough. Dad weighed one of them, and it weighed like 125, and he was like, oh, maybe they are heavy, and I was like, yeah, they're freaking heavy.
Never let the
was-
drunk run the machine.
Yes, true story. Lyle was super funny about it though. He's just like, back in my day, we used to carry two of them that big. I really like Lyle. He's a good guy, but yeah, he just got a drinking problem.
I have one feather, by the way.
I think I have two. I have three. I do think hauling hay is something everyone should do at least once in their life. That way they're uber impressed when they see somebody that can do it well. It's definitely an art form to be able to pick up a heavy item and throw it.
I do get a chuckle sometimes when I'm scrolling through social media, and there's been one guy in particular who's a gym junkie, and he's like, he was doing a comparison between him and this farm kid who looks like he has no muscles. And he's like, that farm kid can do shit that I will never be able to do. He says, I look good, but I look good because of the science and machines. But I can't move my body and do the things that he does. And I was like, that's so true. Like,
Yep, it's very true.
if you go out there and pound posts and run a post hole digger
Yep.
and a pry bar and... Okay, that's a third job. Let's put another job on the list of jobs I'm remembering that I hate. So, back in the day, before my dad bought a post hole digger that hooked up to the PTO shaft on a tractor, we would have to dig.
I feel like I'm being personally attacked here.
Let's just I guess I grew up during the days when Dad was a poor farmer, and we were his free slave labor because he had babies, like the Amish. Let's just have a bunch of kids. It's free labor on the farm. So to make to build fence, you need what's called corner posts, and the corner posts are what basically hold the weight and the tension of all of that fence line that stretches in between, and there's posts between that help to guide the wires, but it's the corner posts at the end. So those corner posts have to be really strong, and they have to be set really deep in the ground. And before we ever had an auger or to hook up on the back of the tractor, we had to dig those holes by hand. And so there's 3 tools that you use. One is a shovel, one is a pry bar, a giant metal pry bar. One of those things weigh like 50 pounds. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
maybe more like 30, but yeah, they're big hunk of metal.
Yeah, big hunk of metal that's like 6 foot tall sometimes, and on the end it's got a tapered end. And then you have aren't they called post hole diggers, or it's the scoops?
That's literally what they're called.
Yeah, post hole diggers. So it's this thing. It's got 2 handles, and on the end it's got like a scoop. And so what that is you use your shovel to dig down, and then when you hit rocks or hard dirt, you get in there with the pry bar and you break it all up, and then you shove that post hole digger in there and you pry the handles apart like that and pick up the dirt, pull it out, deposit it, go back in, pick it up, pull it out, deposit it. Now you do that during the summer
You'll become
heat,
buff.
you will become a buff motherfucker. But oh my god, does that job also suck? But it's like you'll never need to go to the gym when you do that all summer, because you're just gonna be shredded. Because you're just literally shoveling dirt and driving a post into the ground, and it's just non-stop all day long.
Then you gotta tamp the stupid post when
Oh
it's done.
yeah, then you have to tamp the stuff, and you gotta make sure it's plumb, and
There's a hatchling back here then.
and then did we miss an egg basket?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hashtag farm talk, and we missed. Oh yeah, I got a glowy body. Nothing on it for me. I don't see anything.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to set some corner posts around here, and I was literally debating digging them by hand, and I'm like, because I mean, renting an auger, I don't own one, so renting one's kind of expensive, and I was like, it's probably worth it. I don't know that I want to dig those by hand. It's so rocky here.
Trying to think what were any of the other jobs that were really just miserable that I would not. You couldn't pay me to do. Like, I actually, if someone paid me enough money, I would build fence. Like, building fence is not the world's evil. And
No, they're still that way.
and
I get criticized every day for sending my kids to public school.
So the only socialization we got was when we went to church on Sundays and youth group on Wednesdays. That was our social life for my other brother and I for years. And our friends at church, they were all city kids. And so, we'd go stay the night at their house, stay a weekend, get to play video games and stuff. It was this great thing. Well, when the time came to return the favor, everyone at our church. Oh my, that's actually not as good as what I have.
Yeah, it's not a bad cloak, but yeah.
One time was all it took for any of the kids at church to come to our house. One time. And that was it. And they would never come back. And the reason was because my dad, the moment he had another free pair of hands on the farm, would immediately, all the shit that he needed done, his to-do list would magically appear, and we would suddenly be out there working instead of getting to stay inside and play video games and all this other stuff. So all of my friends at church and everything else, no one would come to the house after their first and only trip because they turned into this work thing.
Yeah, picking rocks. That's
Pick and Rock
never
was the
end.
big one because in Missouri it was, he wanted to create farmable land that you could run hay on, and the machines, when you're cutting hay and everything, if there's rocks in the field, it'll eat those machines up, and so you got to pick all the rocks out of the field, and so that's a manual labor task. I mean, I'm sure
And
there's
it's
a
still
machine that does it these days.
There is. I sent. Did I not send you the TikTok about that, dude?
No.
There's this guy on TikTok. He's been doing a lot of videos on his rock picker, and he's got a really nice machine, and he sells the rocks for like landscaping. And yeah, dude, it like looks like an arena when he's done. I mean, it's pretty sweet. It's literally like a hay baler. Like it's got the augers and the tines and everything, and just like scoops them up and shoves them in the back into this compartment.
So Dad actually got into it one time with the youth group leader from the church, because there was this one time when the youth group leader was looking for a fun like a team building activity for the kids, right? And my dad sold him on this idea of, we'll bring all the kids out to the ranch for the day. We'll have a fun day of, farming. Ha 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 ha. You know what he did when all those kids showed up? He literally had 15 church kids pick and rock for 6 hours and then go fix fence for another 2. And oh yeah, we gave them lemonade and some sandwiches, and they had a good day, and they learned what it's like to be a rancher. And it's like, dude, you totally manipulated that. Oh yeah, the youth group leader was not happy with that, and they had some
none of those children became farmers or ranchers.
Nope. And also, Dad didn't go back to that church anymore because imagine that, he pissed off everybody.
Yeah. I mean, that is part of the life, and you can show that. And I mean, as long as you're forward about it, I mean, like, if that's what they sign up to do, that's great. Cause like, we've done that before, like where the youth group goes out and like, cause they do fundraising, so like you get like 15 kids to come out, but they know that they're going for a work day. They show up with their work boots on and they're ready to work, and they get the job done. You pay them, and they're happy. But that's a little different than let's go and have a fun farm day.
Yeah, he totally manipulated the youth group leader. That guy was not happy.
It is part of life. I mean, like, we pick rocks here, but it's yeah,
What's up, Jackson?
Not to that degree though.
Second feather. Oh my god.
And my kids do have to pick rocks as a punishment. Like if they're being rowdy.
You sadist.
Hey, you know what? It's not a bad.
It's character building.
I would rather send my children. I would rather be like, look, you're being rude, you're being disrespectful. Please go.
Hey, it's
pick
better
4
than
buckets
spanking
of
them,
rocks.
yeah.
Yeah, please go pick 4 buckets of rocks, and get your frustration out, and come back. And you know what? And every time they come back, and they're.
Don't make me do it again, Dad. I'll take the PlayStation, please.
And we're accomplishing something at the same time, so. And I pick my fair share. We get out there, and we pick them. But yeah, the machines are. I'd really like to own one, but they're expensive. The closest
That's-
thing I'll ever come to owning one is a rock bucket, and it's just a bucket that goes on the front of the loader that has slots in it that the dirt falls through, but the rocks
Oh,
don't.
I've seen those. Yeah. Well, this just brings me to mind, like when I was talking about the hashtag farm girl or whatever it is on TikTok. You know, they're 5 generations in at this point,
Yep,
and
all been done.
right. And if you think about like what some of these old men did 100
Oh
years
yeah.
ago, where like
Oh,
they did it all by hand with horses and like
yep.
no chainsaws, no power tools, like they're literally out there from sunup to sundown. And at some level it's admirable. It's like can't it's amazing what the a human being can do with just, you know, basic tools.
Elbow grease.
But at the same time it's also like, oh my god, I'm so glad we live in civilized times.
Yep. So we got to go. I don't know if I think I told you we got to go to the Purina Research Farm, which is up by St. Louis, and which Purina is owned by Land O'Lakes now. They bought Land O'Lakes bought the livestock side of it, and I don't remember who bought like the cat and dog food side of it. But anyways, it was so cool because you want to talk about science, modern science of agriculture. I mean, the research farm's been there since 1926. So they have all of the, and they have labs, they have scientists that work there full time. Like, it's a whole another level of, and they use everything. So like all the waste goes somewhere, and they have a composting. They have this huge composting facility where there's literally like 5 barns, where it's just piles of compost, and they have this literally. It looks like I don't even know what it looks like, but it's on tracks, and it's like 50 feet tall, and it's this mixer that they drive over the compost, because you got to churn compost. Oh, it's so cool. I don't remember where I was going with that. You said something about science.
Oh, just comparing like back in the day to
Oh yeah,
the way things are
and
now.
yeah, and I mean like so like these like a lot of their cows have these like collars on them, and they have microchips in them so that literally the cows can only get to their bucket of feed because there's like doors, and so they can feed each cow individually if they want to. Oh, dude, it's so cool. Yeah, so modern technology and science combined with agriculture is really cool. And they research it in a way that you're studying the way the animals' bodies are actually supposed to work, so that you can do it correctly, as opposed to like, man, Grandpa always fed him 65 pounds of corn every day, so that's what we're gonna do.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
god, yeah, the old man farmer.
Uh,
My old man
they're
did it this way for 75 years, and he just did
yep.
it. He was 5 just fine.
So there was one of the biggest additives that how there's like, and I'm gonna be careful with what I say, so I'm not gonna say that. But anyways, there's a group of people who think that garlic has so many fantastic properties, which garlic's an amazing thing. But they think that if you add it to like the mineral supplement for cattle, that it helps with fly control. Well, Purina did a study on it for like, I don't know, they studied it for like 2 or 3 years and found nothing. And like, she was one of the scientists was talking about it. She's like, look, we tried everything. Like we were literally like liquefying it, pouring it on their backs. We were letting them eat it, anything we could do, and we didn't find any results that state that garlic helps with fly control. And then, like, a couple of these old farmers were literally started asking questions and arguing that garlic had antibiotic replacement properties, so that you could use garlic instead of antibiotics. And they're literally arguing with scientists who have studied this, and they were getting very frustrated. And they were like, garlic does not, contain antibiotics. You can't. It doesn't replace. It was just really interesting. Seeing old guys sit up there and argue.
Oh, got a nest up here.
Oops, followed the wrong group. Oh, you got all your feathers.
I did? Oh shit,
Yep.
I did.
Ninja looter.
Yeah, there definitely is that thing about some people just don't believe in science. I feel like our brother-in-law falls into that category. At least on
There's
some.
a lot of people.
Right.
There's a lot of.
Maybe not on everything, but there are some things I've seen him make some of the most ridiculous statements on social media. About how he has literally said to the effect of, I'm more educated than anyone else on the planet on this subject because I've studied it, and therefore I know more than everybody else. And it's like, what's your job? What are you dedicated to? And
Yep.
you're a tennis instructor. Fuck off. Like,
Yeah, if it's a tennis question, we will ask you.
yeah, you're a tennis instructor. Literally, fuck off.
I remember him making that comment, yeah, because I chuckled, because it was something about like health and something like that. I can't remember what it was.
So I don't get into the political side of like of global warming and stuff. And I will make fun of, because that's just in my nature. Like, I will push people's buttons, just like I've been doing with the Pantheon videos. Those thumbnails are meant to push buttons and provoke conversation. And I've been that way for years, long before I got into YouTube. I just think that's it's an entertaining thing for me, and I don't get upset by debate. I like to have debates, I like to have conversations. It amuses me when people get upset about any subject matter that's a personal flaw perhaps, but it's just who I am. I get a chuckle out of people who get like, "Rah!" over anything. And I'll never forget, this has been years ago. I think they might have just been married. He was making some political statements about global warming, and so I started posting stuff, and then we got into I did this religious post where I posted, and this, apologies in advance to any religious people. There are every religion in the world shares belief systems. If you actually study the text, they all have like a flood story. Did you finish yours, Joey?
No.
Okay.
Still need.
All right, we'll go right
Oh wait,
the corner.
the finest down. I did get all mine.
Oh, okay. We can go turn in then.
My bad.
All of them share, origin stories essentially. And I had posted some stuff on to the effect of that with some pictures that were provocative, and he literally unfriended me on Facebook.
What's on your mind?
But not before
See you soon.
he went on this rant and left like, I don't know, like 12 messages in a public format, like about all his studies and everything else. And then he just like rage quit and like deleted me off the platform. Like, what is it, Invermectin? Was that the one that was last year?
Ivermectin. Yep. Yeah,
That was
him
very
and I
amusing.
got into that too because I was like, dude, I pour that shit on my cows. I think I know more about it than you do.
It was the funniest thing ever because he went off. I'll never forget. You made a post that one day, and like unprovoked, he just went crazy. He literally went crazy
Oh yeah.
and wrote like 10 or 12 like replies to a thread like in a rage, and the whole family like was coming back like an hour later going, what happened, what's going, why is there so many Facebook notifications on my post, did something go viral? And I was like, oh no, it's just the brother-in-law.
And I try not really hard not to with anybody. If I'm not an expert in something, I try really hard not to talk about it. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not have an opinion about things. It's human nature to have opinions, right? But if there's something that I know, I'll flat stick by it. And I couldn't hold my tongue anymore with him. I was like, come on, Steve. Like, what's wrong with you?
By the way, Maduros, if you're pro ivermectin, now's the time.
Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
it's a dewormer.
Yeah, it was that
Literally.
dewormer medication that like Joe Rogan and a bunch of other guys were
Oh, gotcha.
claiming could cure COVID or whatever. I will say this: I've taken that in Mexico because of parasites,
Yeah.
and it does help with coughing. And that's one of the reasons I think so many people were getting on that bandwagon, is because it was like, oh, you don't cough anymore when you take it. You're cured, and it's like, no, it just has a cough suppressant, side effect.
It's because they get in your lungs.
Yeah, but it doesn't cure anything. It just. But yeah, it was. You're being awfully quiet over there, man. I just wanted to make sure.
And here's the thing, like, I can disagree with you without judging you. Like, I mean, there's a healthy way to do that. But, oh well.
You're not here for the really heated debates that happen between Nathan and Maduros, myself, and Sparoh and Bounty Code on like Tuesday mornings. There is a very healthy way to debate things, and we definitely get heated. But at the end of the day, I think everyone has done a very admirable job of. By the time we've finished the stream, we're all still friends. We
Yeah.
might not agree with each other on the subject matter, but we aren't like rage quitting and being like, "Fuck you! I don't want you on my Facebook feed anymore."
My best friend, literally since the 4th grade, we've been best buds. Like, we consider each other family. Like, our kids call each other uncle. Like, he is, he's against COVID vaccinations. And
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about, because their parents are that way too.
yeah, but guess what? We're still best friends. Like, like,
Well,
you
it's
don't
like,
have to.
yeah, I mean, yes, yes, I have friends that are also anti-vaxxers.
And
Um,
we have heated discussions about that on.
I don't know that I've had any
Yeah.
heated discussions with anybody I know that's anti-vax, other than, I didn't get into it with Steve. I feel like everybody in
I
my
got into it with Melissa, which is my sister. Yeah, I got into it with her over it.
I don't know that I got into it with her. I think I saw that happen on Facebook, or saw some of those conversations
Oh no
happen
no
with.
no no. We had phone conversations.
Oh, okay. Oh, did she get on you because you guys were vaccinating your kids?
Well, we were gonna, but it's not available yet. So, for in our area, anyways.
By the way, I turned into this guy right here, and then now I'm flying up north, which I think you guys have already done. Did you turn in back there, Joey?
No, I got attacked. I'm killing these guys.
Oh, okay.
Trying not to die from a fell reaver. Oh, I thought I killed you. Go away. Die.
I killed it
Thank
for
you.
you.
Yeah, thank you. Where am I turning in? Those two.
Yeah, the
those two
dwarves, and then we'll go north after that, turn in at the temple.
Where are those two dwarves? Where'd they go?
Yeah, I think pretty much
Oh.
everybody in my close circle of friends, in real life anyway, went and got vaccinated and didn't have an issue with it. I have a couple of people I know who have issues with vaccines in general. So it wasn't a political thing for them. They're just anti-vaxxers.
Now I have a lot more respect for them than people who have gotten every other vaccination and then were like, nope, I'm not getting that one. I was like, what? So you're anti-vax? No, I'm not anti-vax. I'm just anti this vax. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I don't buy into the conspiracy theory stuff, but it
It's really easy to. Don't get me wrong. It's really easy to buy into it. Like, your mind likes to go, really? This could be possible.
the reason that I got on the bandwagon with the vaccine so early is because I had a friend. She's actually one of my ex students, and her husband, we've known them for years now. But she was an intern for me under my travel blog years and years ago, and like I helped her get a job at National Geographic, and I've known her since like 2011, I think. And they live in Milan in Italy, and that was one of the hardest hit cities in Europe. And it was like when COVID was first starting, she was posting things on Facebook that terrified me. Like full on like bodies just piling up in the streets, and like semi truck full of corpses, and
Good fortune.
like military trucks just full of corpses all around her city. And like it was horrific, and that terrified me. And that was like, you know, January, February of 2021, like before the world had really recognized that it was this thing.
Yep.
And I literally quit going to the gym and put myself in quarantine like 2-3 months before everyone else started realizing that was what was going to be the mandate. Just because I was super paranoid and was like, if this is what's happening in Milan in Italy, I was like, Mexico is not going to fare well when it comes here, because this country does not have the same standard of healthcare that Italy does. And that's why I was very much like, yeah, give me the jab, I'll take the jab. I don't. There was never a political moment for me. It was just, I will take whatever jab you give me that makes me not get that. Also, I had congestive lung failure when I was 22, and I don't want to fuck around with anything that, I get bad bronchitis here and there, and bad flus, so I don't fuck around with respiratory stuff.
Yeah, there was like a 8-month period there in Mexico City where you couldn't breathe, like you were coughing and
Yeah, but that was
remember
not
that?
that was
That was
not
pa-
related. That was
that was
parasites.
that was parasites, but like still, that can't be healthy for your lungs either.
No, that's, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, that's what happens when you live in a tropical environment and you don't pay attention to everyone telling you that you should deworm yourself, like you're a cat or a dog, and you're like, oh, it's fine. I grew up in a place where worms aren't a thing, parasites aren't a thing. Oh yeah, they're a thing, and they can kill you. Yeah, that was like 8 months of getting progressively worse, not knowing what was going on, and like doing all these different studies and tests. And finally, after like 6 months, we're like, let's do a stool test. And then it comes back with like 6 different types of like worm, not just worms, but like what do they call them? There's a word for them. It's we're not talking tapeworms. We're talking Giardia, I think is what they're called. Maybe it's a type of parasite, but it's not like the spaghetti worms that most people think about.
Yeah.
Love this conversation. Yeah. I'm following Maduros. I think he wants us to go get this drop over here. Oh, we'll have to wait for Joey because he actually reads stuff.
I mean, I skim read it, but yeah.
That's fine. I've done these a bunch of times, so I'm just on autopilot. What's gonna be the palate cleanser conversation today, Maduros?
I was gonna say, so Hogwarts Legacy, yeah, looking pretty good.
Just another game that I would play for a couple hours, and then not finish. And
Ah.
You
come
don't think
back
you'd
to
finish it?
MMOs. No.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one of those things I realized about myself. Like I'll buy a new game when it comes out, but then I always end up just spending my time in an MMO. So
It's hard to beat the dollar value you get for playing an MMO. You know what I mean? Like, 15 bucks and you can play it as much as you want.
15 bucks, little man. Put that shit in my hand.
I am excited about Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh
though,
yeah,
like,
I'm pretty stoked.
I've been watching
That's
the latest.
So we want to take that question and go back, turn it in.
one moment. Where did it stick it? Okay, there.
Yeah, what was it? Quest item.
A crimson crystal shard.
I have a sanctified crystal. There it is.
If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, owe me, owe. Hey, at least someone got the reference. By the way, thank God it's Friday, says JJ Dino, and Goose in a Pulse says, what's up, Mr. Brenfell? Good morning, my friend. Good morning to you as well.
May the stars guide you.
Alright, guys, I have got a bio here before we go any further, so I will be right back.
Earthbend.
back.
I'm just fixing to
Goddess.
call search and rescue, man.
Hey man, about fell in.
Yeah, so I didn't know that was gonna spawn something. Otherwise, I would have waited. But
It's all good. Oh my god, my inventory is full. I need to, because I went and picked up those 400 hides. Welcome to the Morning Controversy Show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to push all the buttons, trigger all the triggers. It's not just World of Warcraft stream, baby.
grain-fed beef is better than grass-fed beef.
May be with you.
So
Actually, I don't care. Just eat beef, people.
we
It's
should
red
have
meat.
2 quests. We have the Raging Colossi and what's
I
the
have
other one?
so many quests. I have more than 2.
Well, I mean 2 quests for the area just north. What's the other one called, Maduros? It's Raging Colossus and I could swear there was
Natural
Oh,
remedies.
Natural Remedies. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we definitely both have those.
You can mine these dudes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
I
I did
can't
not
do it.
know.
I'm not high enough level, but yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, just like those bog lord guys, like the end boss in Slave Pens last
Mhm.
night. If you're herbalism, you can harvest them.
Nice.
All right, what we gotta do here? She said we had to do something.
Yeah, I'll let
Not
you.
yet though.
Yeah, kill around here first, and then we'll let you do it, Joey.
Oh,
I
okay.
gotta kill 4 of these.
Oh, I'll be ready.
Nope, nope. You got 20 minutes. You just hold that in.
Oh, well, I mean, I've got all day. I have to hold that in. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That does suck. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. You're over here like, I'm just gonna go back to bed when I'm done. Yeah, no, no.
Actually, today, what I need to do is I need to go away from here and immediately watch and review Rings of Power. But I'm not gonna do that because I want to get my Death Knight to 70 because I'm on the cusp. So
Oh,
I'm gonna do
nice.
that next, and then after we're done with that, I'm gonna go watch Rings of Power and put my review out for that.
I gotta go. So Mondays and Fridays, when I'm done with chores, the new schedule is going to the father-in-law's house to try to get that finished.
You're
So.
still working on that. I thought he got all grumpy and don't want nobody in my house.
Oh, he did, but Faith told him to get over it.
Yeah, like nobody else is gonna do this for you, bud.
Yeah, yeah. Like they would, but you're not gonna be able to afford it.
So here, Joey.
I'm assuming this green circle.
Yeah, there's a nut in your inventory. It might show up in your quest journal.
Yeah,
Tall nut.
And don't move from the circle while you do it.
Oh.
Yeah, just let the channeling run out.
Yeah. Passive threat.
Well, that is a completion. And honestly, this is probably for you, Joey. This will probably be a good point to just start wrapping up because I don't think there's any easy quests to do that we can do real quick after this.
Go drink some more coffee. Ugh.
I am honored.
This might dig me.
That'd be cool if it did.
Let's see. Depends on how much there is. Oh, I get these cool boots. Yeah.
Man, it's not
I wish I
mail.
could- Oh my goodness. I'm like. Yeah,
Got
like
the-
10,000 XP.
Oh,
away.
we got another quest to turn. Or no, we only had these two. Man, these leathers, like the stats are really good, but it's leather. But I'm
Don't be a
like,
noob.
I'm debating taking them because
Well, if the stats are better, it would be better for you
yeah, because I'm
because
not getting hit.
yeah,
And if you are, Nathan's
really,
gonna
you're
do
not
his
gonna
job.
get. You're probably gonna be taking leather
Assist you.
pieces here and there. Like my hunter has that 3-set fell leather set that's all leather, just so I can get hit capped. So
Hmm.
Goddess, watch over.
do what you gotta
There
do,
it is.
man.
Oh,
There's
grats,
the
grats, grats,
thing.
grats. 64,
Nice.
right? Fuck
Yep.
yeah, bro. Nice, man. Let's camp out at the temple because
Hey,
honor
did I
holders.
finally catch up to you guys?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I'm 3 bubs away from, so you're still almost a level behind, but you're catching up. Yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna camp out
Where are
at
we going?
actually, I'm not gonna camp out.
Oh, the temple. Is that where you're headed?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am gonna camp out, but I'm gonna switch over to the DK. But I need.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like 15, 20
Yeah,
minutes.
I need 15, 20. Matter of fact, is there a. Is the only leather worker here back in Honor Hold? The.
The trainer, there's
Yeah.
one in Shatterath.
Okay. I'm gonna fly back to Shatterath then.
Oh wait, trainer. Oh, I know there's a vendor.
All right. Well, I'll just go back to Ironforge because I can work on these. I can be doing hides while I'm doing the other stuff I need to do. Be working on my crafting, and then when I'm wrapped up with all that, we can go do
The Naru have not forgotten us.
the Dread Knight and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta run to the store quick. Convenience store. So,
Take your time.
all right, Joe. You have a good day.
Yeah, guys.
Don't
we'll
bait too
see.
much hail, man.
Yep.
Save your back.
Yeah, save your back. That's for
Save
sure.
your back. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see
ya.
you.
And I will be back. Like
To
20
take your
minutes.
time, because what I'll probably end up doing is work on. I'm gonna work on crafting for a bit. I'm actually gonna probably shut the stream down and then come back with a different stream when you're back when we switch over to the other characters. So you've got. Take your time, man.
All right.
I'll see you when you get
good.
back. Just ping me on Discord if I'm no longer in the voice chat for some reason.
Sure. Yep. We'll do it.
All right, stream-wise, everybody, we're gonna wrap up this stream here. I will be back in a bit with another stream. I'm gonna go do chores and get Rings of Power prepped and other stuff. Excuse me. So, we'll see you later. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Have fun. We'll catch you back for another stream here in a little bit. And don't forget, tonight is the multi-stream for P99, so we'll see you tonight. Thanks, everybody.